Hi guys, welcome to the show, Trendy with Allison. And today I am so excited. I did my first on location motion interview, and this is where I interview my guests as they are moving about through their day. And this one, Elle was happy to be my guinea pig. Her name is Elle, aka Elizabeth White, or vice versa, Elizabeth White, aka Elle, and she was happy just to move with the punches, roll with them because y'all, I didn't know, I had no clue what I was doing, but this is my new little Pocket 3, and oh my God, I am so terrible. What is this? DJI Pocket 3 camera, and I'm gonna do some bloopers. I This little gimbal thing, it just moves. It's all over the place. I recorded an intro going into Elle's salon, and it was the blue sky the whole entire time. So that didn't work out. I may post that. That'll be fun. And the other thing I noticed, the 1, 2, 3 forehead of it all. Good Lord, you guys, you're going to see my forehead is like on fleek. It is ridiculous. I need some bangs. I'm going to post another thing too of my grow out. I got this platinum pixie technique a couple of years ago, and I'm gonna tell y'all, my hair ain't been the same since, but I don't want to throw nobody under the bus. It was the technique that I paid a lot of money to learn. Anywho, long story short, it's still short, but I can pull it up in a ponytail now. And my friends, my damn friends, wherever you are, you should have told me that my sleek little lay down, I look bald. Like, this is ridiculous with this big fluffy ponytail I've been wearing. I mean, do I have friends, you guys? I'm mad at y'all. Anyway, Elle is a salon owner. Let's talk about her first, y'all. She's a salon owner of Mad Hair Lab over in Queen Creek, Arizona. And so, like I said, I went into her salon, spent the morning with her, met her team, her two clients that came in to be her models. They were identical twins, and they were perfect for it because they had the right personalities. So she gave at least on one, we got through one. She did a haircut on her. As I'm interviewing her, we talked a little bit about her Oligo branding deal. She's an educator for Oligo. Beautiful line. I have it in the salon. I'm just, when you use a different line, you don't want to practice. I need to just practice on a mannequin first before I implement it in my rotation. So we'll learn all about Elle. But before I let you guys go, I have a show that I'm going to attend that I'm so excited. I finally pulled the trigger and bought a ticket for. It's a behind the chair show, and it's about trends for 2025. So I'm going to fly to Miami Beach and bring my little niece who lives in Tampa with me. And we're going to attend, it's like a day show. And it's pretty much a watch and learn, but they're going to, all the different textures. I saw in the lineup that they have a representative for all textures. So I think they're going to do color cutting and just kind of let us know what the trends are for 2025. So to report on that is going to be a lot of fun. I got a VIP ticket, so I'm hoping that that gets me access so that I can talk to some of the players in our business. I've been thirsting to get out there again. I used to do a hair show at least once a year, but I haven't, to be honest, full transparency here, I haven't been to a hair show since before 2020, right before 2019. So it's time to get back to boots on the ground, get my ass out there, get in gear, get some inspiration myself as I'm trying to inspire the next generation of beauty professionals here. Okay, you guys, if you like what I'm doing, even if you don't like what I'm doing, please let me know. You can DM me, you can embarrass me in the comments, whatever you need to do to let me know which direction I need to continue to head or take a detour in, right? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying. Anywho, like, comment, subscribe, leave a review if you're listening on your favorite podcast platform. Okay, you guys, now to Elle, Elizabeth White. Now for her. Oh, another thing. Because this was a different format for me, I did the 60-second blowout, and I went longer than 60 seconds. I just kind of asked her all the questions that I had. I did that first. So you're going to see her do her 60-second blowout first, and then we'll get on with her day. I hope you guys enjoy this. Okay, you guys, I'm going to stop talking. Okay, bye. This is my first time I'm doing a motion interview with a new camera I got. So wish me luck. I'm going in. Set the timer. Okay, what's your guilty pleasure snack?
Oh my gosh. These Mexican helado ice creams, they're strawberry, and I could eat a box a night.
What's the last song you played in your car?
Drop It Like It's Hot.
If your life had a theme song, what would it be?
Drop It Like It's Hot.
Morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
What's the best vacation you've ever taken?
Canada.
If you could have dinner with any celebrity, who would it be?
Mark Wahlberg.
What's one movie you can watch over and over?
Notting Hill.
What's a hobby you wish you had more time for?
Pottery and clay making.
If you could instantly master any skill, what would it be?
Ice climbing.
What's one thing people would be surprised to learn about you?
That I've lived in over 47 states and 3 countries.
What's your dream vacation spot?
My dream vacation spot? Somewhere I can scuba dive.
Go-to comfort food?
I really like Chinese or spicy food.
If you could trade lives with somebody for a day, who would it be?
Lady Gaga.
What's your favorite way to unwind after a long day?
Probably creating art or doing something like with my hands, you know, making stuff.
What was your very first job?
My very first job was working in a hair salon as an assistant.
If you had to wear one color for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Black.
What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Jumped off of a bridge.
What's your go-to dance move?
Drop it like it's hot.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
Living in Oklahoma, fishing with my grandma.
Describe yourself in one word.
Awesome.
Now, to show us how humble you are, make your silliest selfie face.
Cheese?
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know. Do I get the double chin in there?
Good job, Elle. So, what do you think the biggest misconception about hairstylists is?
The biggest misconception about hairstylists is probably that we never make a mistake. You know, it's kind of weird that you're really expected never to make a mistake, which obviously you don't want to make a mistake in hair, but you know, we are humans by default. We are going to make some error and some mistake. So I think that's probably the biggest one that I would say.
What's one thing every client should know before they sit in your chair? About you, like the way you do business, the way what your artistry.
I'm a very honest hairdresser, and I really want them to love their hair. So if they're not like I really want them to feel comfortable to come to me and say, hey, Elle, you know, I need this shorter or I need this highlighted different. Like I want them to feel that I want that for them, and I'm going to do everything I can to achieve that for them. So let's see, let's get some of this out.
What are you mixing?
I was just kind of mixing some lightener up. My go-to formula with the lighteners that we have for black light would be extra blonde and cool tone blonde with a little bit of clay. I like to mix all 3 of them together. This is our cream lightener for on scalp. But part of the awesome part about Oligo is that I can kind of intermix things together and create my own colors or create my own, you know, shades, so to speak. So that's pretty cool. And I was just kind of gonna pretend to mix a little bit. We're just not gonna stir this, Avery.
Yeah, so Oligo has that's one thing when I took your class that I noticed. They're intermixing.
They're intermixing, yeah. So you can intermix any of the permanent color with the permanent color. So I can create like a full coverage violet, whereas before, you know, fashion colors wouldn't really cover white coverage for women or men. So we have the power now to really control our formula. That's probably one of the top reasons why I love Oligo Professional.
And translucent gray coverage is where we're headed.
Yes, yes.
What's Oligo's approach?
So they have a 13 volume developer with their demi gloss, and it does like gray blending, and it's fantastic for just that soft gray blending look to kind of ease you out of hair color. And again, you can intermix any of these shades together to like get the perfect hue or the perfect finish. It's pretty amazing.
Okay.
Cheese.
Okay.
Elle,
so let's talk about some mixing and formulating.
All right, let's do it.
What's your thought process when formulating color?
Well, I take into consideration the client's natural level of hair first. So we usually color match to our like permanent swatches. And then after the consultation, kind of have an idea of what I'm formulating towards. So we go from their natural level to their desired level. And I'm taking into consideration where we're coming from so that we don't pull like orange or red, and what my opposite wheel or color wheel options are in order to kind of counterbalance that.
Perfect. Do you have a go-to trick for creating perfect tones?
Yes, I would say my go-to trick is really keeping it simple. With the color wheel, you know, I really do look at what the underlying tones in a client are and then try to formulate the opposite of that on the color wheel, and that has really always led me the right way every time.
Right, and what's one mistake people make when picking a hair color?
Sometimes people pick things that are just more of a process than they think it is to get to that point. You know, sometimes we have box dye in the hair, or we have other factors going on within the hair, and so you can even have a seat right here and I can pretend like you're the back of the client. But sometimes, you know, wait, say that question again.
Yeah, what's one mistake people make when picking hair colors?
Understanding the color chemical process and the history of their own hair is one thing I would say is a common misconception, or things that people pick hair colors that are not necessarily suited for their hair type and texture. So that's part of my job, I feel like, is to educate clients on, you know, where we stand currently and where the options we have to go.
Alrighty, and what's the difference between professional color and box dye? Because we need to educate.
The molecules are different. Like on a molecular level, it's formulated differently. So when you use box dye and then you come to a hairstylist and they are trying to like lighten it out or pre-lighten it out of the hair, it's incredibly harder to get box dye out of hair than it is to get like regular color out of hair. There's just a chemistry behind it, and box dye is just not the greatest thing to lift out of hair, typically speaking. So it just makes it harder.
Now, if you will, because I know when we have cooks, they're hesitant to share with us the secret sauce in their recipes. Will you share your secret weapon in the color world?
My secret weapon in the color world, I would say, is Blacklight Smart. It's a bonding additive, so it hydrates and cures the hair back to, how do I say that? Hold on, how do I say that right? My secret weapon, I would say, is Blacklight Smart. It targets all 4 of the bonds within hair, so the salt, sugar, disulfide, and hydrogen bonds are all targeted within that system, and we put it in our color, our lightening system, everything, and it really just repairs the hair.
Can you show us that?
Yes, and it makes it feel amazing. So it's just a concentrate, strengthening concentrate, and we put it in the color, and we add it to pretty much everything in the salon, ensuring that the guest has beautiful longevity with their hair and their color, and everything feels good.
Compared to Olaplex or any type of...
It is in the same bracket, but I wouldn't say that it's comparable, because most of those products only target like the salt and the sugar bonds. They don't target all 4 of them. So yes and no.
Perfect. What's a myth about color services that you wish people would stop believing?
That hair can just be bleached or pre-lightened over and over and over again. There really is a limit. It's like bleaching fabric. You know, everybody has a different type of fabric on their heads, and at the end of the day, it can only go through so much chemical service before it just doesn't allow us to do anything anymore. So I would say hair integrity.
Yeah. What's a color trend that needs to go?
Color trend that needs to go. I personally like the warmer colors, so the cool tone colors. I feel like could be phased out a little bit. They don't complement our natural like hues in our skin typically.
What's one color trend you're obsessed with right now?
Let me think about that. I really like the lived-in balayage look that grows out really nice because I feel like it gives clients longevity and they don't have to spend as much money on their hair annually.
Perfect.
Yep.
Hello.
Hi. I have a podcast interview this morning and you guys are my model clients that I'm going to utilize.
Hi, we're twins. Hi.
So I figured we could maybe do like a little shampoo blowout or like haircut or something and just like things. Yeah, okay.
Honestly, I was like, do whatever you want.
Okay, cool. You guys are such stars. Okay, let's do right here and right here.
Okay.
And then I will start with one of you and then Adri will be back and she'll yep, so we always hang bags up. That's something that we can film in there. So I always make sure that the client's bag is hung because it's bad feng shui for the bag to be on the ground.
Oh, I love that.
So this is the best part of the service over here, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go in there and cut a little bit, so we've been kind of doing like some face framing around the face, or long curtain bangs, and you like that?
I love the layers, all that.
Okay, a little bit of body.
A little bit of body.
What about the length of it? You like the length? You want to keep the length?
I do love the length. We can take out if there is like those dead ends. We can feel free to.
Okay.
I know you. You'll. You got me.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Hi, so introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Marina.
Marina, how long have you been coming to Elle?
I've been seeing Elle for about 2 years now.
Perfect. And what's your favorite thing about the way she does your hair?
My favorite thing about the way that Elle does my hair is that she just listens to my needs and she knows exactly how to cut it and exactly how I like it.
And I noticed that you came in today with someone with your exact face. So tell us about this. You guys are twins.
Yes, so I came in with my identical twin today and we both love Elle. We both love the hairstyle experience she gives us, how every time she washes our hair, she just, again, listens to exactly what we need.
So what separates the two of you, being that you're identical? Do you bring the same inspo pick?
Sometimes I would say that she likes her hair a little bit more long, a little bit more graceful. I like a little bit more volume.
Perfect. And are you both getting your haircut today?
Yes.
So we'll see what end results we get. I'm excited. Okay.
Yes, I had to say this. I've been seeing Elle for a while now. I want to say 3 years. So I've been seeing her longer than my twin. Well, let's expose it. And I got her hooked from the start. I remember coming home the first day and I told my sister Marina, I was like, I found the girl who's going to do my hair for the rest of my life, for my wedding, I told her wherever I am, no matter what, I'm going to call Elle.
Yeah, I love it.
And then she brought in Marina, and then we also do their other sister's hair too.
It's a family.
I love it.
Oh, that's funny.
So Elle, what's the first thing you notice when you assess a client's hair?
I'm looking for a couple of things when I look at a client's hair. I'm looking at their scalp, first of all. And then I'm also looking at like their color in their mid-lengths and ends, and then how do their ends look? Does their hair fabric need some moisture? Does it look dry? Does it seem brittle? Is it healthy? Does it just need a trim? Does it need more than that? I'm kind of assessing those things. Even though they're coming to me telling me what they would like, I'm still going to give them my recommendation on what I think would be best for their hair type and texture.
How do you get a client to trust your vision? Because clearly she trusts you.
I do.
I think a big part of that is looking clients in the eyes and like turning them around. Like I'll even turn their chair around and be like, okay, let's talk. Like let's get real. Let's not just look in the mirror. And I think, sharing the vision I have with them. Sometimes I'll bring a picture over that's an inspo picture, but just making them feel comfortable with you as a stylist.
Have you ever had a client come in with an inspo pic that just wasn't realistic? And if so, how did you handle that?
Yes, and I would once again turn the chair around and just say, hey, listen, this is my professional recommendation. I don't think this is going to be good for you for X, Y, and Z reasons, and this is what I would recommend. And at the end of the day, it's still their decision, but I think giving them the input is valuable.
And for me, this show is to inspire, educate, and inspire new beauty professionals because I love the newbies. They're my favorite. So what is the one piece of advice that you think every stylist needs to know during a consultation? If they had to just say one thing to their client, what is the most important thing?
To trust the process and to come up with a game plan together. You know, I feel like having a game plan together is helpful because sometimes hair takes time. Like a vision might take over a year and 3 different color sessions to get where they want to be. So having a game plan and understanding the process and just trusting that process and trusting your stylist.
All right, I love it. So Elle, let's get started. I can't wait to see where we go.
I'm gonna blow dry her hair first and then we're gonna cut.
Try her hair dry.
So I do a lot of dry cutting, especially on my longer hair guests because they have long hair. Typically someone who has long hair doesn't want to lose a lot of length. If they do, I would resort to cutting it with, you know, when it's wet possibly. But for my dry cutting, I usually will do it because we don't lose as much length. I can see my hair cutting lines better. I can see the way the hair is gonna fall, and I can just see the way it's gonna look, you know, versus when it's wet, it's really hard to tell what it looks like when it's gonna be dry. And if it doesn't look right, then you have to keep cutting it to blend it, and you just keep losing more and more length. So I do a lot of dry cutting and dry texturizing. And my number one tip for blow drying thick hair is to pre-dry the hair to about 95%. So before I even stick a hairbrush in her hair, I'm gonna pre-dry all of the water or moisture out of her hair as best I can. This would vary depending on what kind of a type or texture hair that they do have. If it's like really, really, really kinky, coily texture curly, you're gonna want some of the water in there to, you know, get it smooth, but for the most part, I'll usually pre-dry a client's hair about 95% of the way before I even get to round brushing.
And what texture would you say your guest has?
I would say she has a really thick hair, but it's curly and it's wavy, but it's also like, it's like a medium texture. It kind of listens to whatever I tell it to do. If it needs to go straight or smooth, or it's kind of in between, which is a fairly admirable quality to have with hair. They've got beautiful thick hair, so they've got hair for days over here.
So what products, Elle, did you put in her hair for you?
I'm using All Oligo Professional, which is gluten-free and has USDA certified organic ingredients and is all dermatologist tested and approved. But I put in, what did I put in? I put in 18-in-1 and some of our Blacklight Shine Drops. And then I'll probably finish it with some Shine Hairspray. 18-in-1.
Products that have these. I use Virtue, and we have a 6-in-1, 9-in-1s. I can't name all 6. Can you name all 18?
I cannot. I cannot.
Elle, what's one haircut request you secretly love getting?
What is one haircut request that I secretly love getting? I really like shags. I like doing layers or shags or something of that nature.
If you could do only one style for the rest of your career, what style would that be?
Oh my gosh, long layered long and layered.
What's the best styling tips you can give someone at home?
To pre-dry your hair before you stick a round brush in it.
Tell us your favorite.
Oh, I didn't answer your question. What? Okay, I did.
Yeah. So what's your favorite styling tool to recommend to your clients?
My favorite styling tool to recommend to clients is really and truly the Dyson Airwrap or something comparable. I just feel like it saves a lot of time and energy styling the hair, and it's very user-friendly.
Yes, we have them mist the hair first, then using the Airwrap.
Do I have them mist the hair first?
I hear it wraps better when it's like.
Yes. It's very similar to what I would use, how I would use it with a regular blow dryer, is you want to get 95% of the moisture out of the hair. So you want a little tiny bit of moisture still stuck in the hair, and it will wrap around your round brush that much better.
What's a simple tweak people can make that instantly elevates their hairstyle?
Using product in it and combing it all the way through with a comb and then proceeding to style. And also your shampoo and conditioner at home are great things to switch up.
Elle, do you use round brush more than you do hot tool, or a combination of both?
So the question was, do I use hot tool or blow dryer more than the other? And I use a little bit of both. I would say I use the blow dryer before I do a haircut for a client, and then I use the hot tool after to just style, however they would like it styled for that day. But we always incorporate a style afterwards, and we make sure that everybody is ready for their up-close photo shoot before they leave the salon.
How important is a selfie? Are you encouraging your clients to take selfies, to send you post hair pics for your social?
I film, or how important is it for selfies and clients to send me pictures? I would say in today's day and age, it's important, but I do a lot of my own filming and shooting in here. And then if they tag us on the hair salon's Instagram, we will repost it or reshare it. But we always love to see selfies or people like vibing with their hair and feeling themselves. It makes us feel like we're doing our job right.
You've incorporated social media into your regular work?
I just incorporate social media into my regular workday. Yes, it's just part of the every day we put the camera on a tripod and we just do a little B-roll, or every day we try to get a little bit of footage, and some days we do better than others on that, obviously. But for the most part, yeah, we do a lot of it right here while we're working.
And you've been a stylist for quite some time. How hard was it to make that transition? Because you didn't always have social media.
As a stylist who's been doing hair for almost 20 years now, it's been incredibly hard and is still a challenge to this day. All of my success hasn't been because of social media, but social media is a huge platform, I feel like, in today's day and age for an online portfolio, for clients to come and see your work. So it's important, and it has definitely been a process to learn, how to market yourself on such a platform. But I think we do fairly well, considering we're not, followed by millions or anything like that, but a lot of our followers are our local clients or our local people out here, so we have the right audience.
What inspired you to become an oligo educator?
The Oligo Professional line, I could tell right away something was different about it. Like molecularly, the formula was just improving the hair's elasticity, improving shine. Clients were just raving about how good their hair felt after we would color it. And so I knew immediately that I wanted to just carry that line exclusively because of the results that we've gotten. We are PPD and ammonia free and alcohol free, gluten free, so we don't have a whole lot of chemical reactions that are negative on people. So we have a lot of sensitive clients or, you know, sensitive skin types, and they're able to still get their hair colored and cut without, you know, having an allergic reaction.
If you were you're a new stylist coming into the industry, or for a new stylist coming into the industry, who want to do platform work, who want to be brand ambassadors, what advice do you have for them for getting in? How do you get in? How do you get heard and seen by these brands?
Honestly, the way that you're going to get heard and seen by brands is if you are using something that you really like. If you're using something just to get recognized by the brand, but it isn't really performing and isn't doing the job, then you can't really speak to volumes about it. But if you're using something that you love, that you're passionate about, and the brand can get to know you and get to know that you really do like it, I mean, anyone who is in business and who has a brand understands that they want brand representatives out there who are passionate about what they're talking about and, you know, happy to explain more in depth or detail about the product. So I would say use things that you like to use and then reach out to the brands that you want to support or that you want to use and get to know them. Don't be shy. I direct message people on Instagram all the time.
Can you tell us about the Music Note tattoo?
Oh yeah, tell us about the Music Note tattoo.
So I got it, I want to say, after my 21st birthday. I'm 22 now, and it was really kind of just a spontaneous moment. It's actually funny because I think I mentioned to Elle before I got it, I was like, I really am, like, I want a tattoo, I want something meaningful, and music has always been an important part of my life, so I decided, you know what, let's do it, let's go get a tattoo.
And it was a music note.
And it was music, yeah.
And, Hannah, do you twins have any tattoos?
I do. It's right here. It just says breathe.
Oh.
So it's like just a reminder. It's just a cute reminder.
To breathe. How long have you been assisting Elle?
Probably just about 2 weeks now, not very long, but I like it so far. Elle's super sweet and a great teacher, so.
Are you in beauty school?
I am. I'm in my first year of Cosmos school, so.
And what school are you at?
I go to EVIT, the Power Campus right over there.
And this is something we've been talking a lot about on the show, beauty schools and the importance of keeping beauty schools because the enrollments are down. How important do you think beauty school is for the industry, just as a student? What's been your experience?
I feel like it's pretty important. You gotta go, you need to learn all the basics, and if they don't have as many schools or as many people learning, who's gonna do the hair? Someone's gotta do it.
And those important lessons in the beginning are valuable. You do need to know how to sanitize your equipment. Mm-hmm. You do need to know how to hold your shears they teach you all of that. Mm-hmm. So that once you're out of beauty school, we can teach you all of this.
Else,
yeah,
that's why I think it's so good being here with Elle, because I'll get a little bit of both at the same time.
Hi there.
You're very big about.
We're very big here about giving back to the younger generation of hairstylists. I had a very extraneous, rough go of being an assistant, and throughout the 90s and the early 2000s, being an assistant has taken on a different name than it does now, and it was a lot more of a boot camp, and it was hard to learn what I needed to learn because I didn't feel like I had a good mentor. So we take mentorship here pretty seriously, I would say. I want to prepare the new stylist for what is yet to come in their career so that they can leave here and make good money. And that's really essentially what I want for everyone that works for us is to be successful at their career. And then we have a new person that just walked in. That's Kendra. That's another one of our employees right over here who's a stylist and an assistant.
Elle, we talk a lot about on the show our first experiences, lack of mentorship, some of us have had really good teachers and some not. Can you tell us about those early days for you?
Yes, the early days of my hairdressing situation or career were, I had a good mentor in the very beginning, but I had other mentors as I moved and went across the country and moved to a different state or started at a new salon that were not so good. They really were not in it for me. I was just an assistant to them that needed to clean and do their dirty work kind of, as far as, really taking me under their wing. There just wasn't a lot of that. And so I really valued anybody that actually took the time to say, hey, this is how you do this. This is the breakdown. Here's the ability in the room to practice that. And, but all in all, even though some of those experiences with mentors wasn't that good, it also was a lot of really good life lessons that kind of, taught me to be who I am today. So I guess, you got to take the good with the bad sometimes in those. I don't know what else to say about the early years. Let me think. My first job as a hairdresser was as an assistant in Anna Molinari's salon. And it was because I was kind of getting into some trouble at school. So my mom took me to her hairstylist and she put me to work and grabbed me by the ear, and that Russian lady had some words with me. And I started applying base colors and doing blow dries at the age of 13, and I worked every summer after school. Sometimes I'd even go in before school. Will you help her get her dry for me so that we can get her going? Because I've got a new client at 11. Okay. So I want to make sure I'm on time for everybody today. And then I know Adri has to leave at 11. Anyways, I was talking about my first mentor, Anna Molinari, and she pulled me aside one night, and I think the best advice she ever gave me was, Elizabeth, there is nothing new under the sun. And I really, at that age, had no idea what that lady was talking about. I was like, okay, dude, that's cool. I'm going to go now. But you know what? She is so right. There is, in fashion and in hair and in the world, there is nothing new under the sun. It's all kind of repeating itself on, its own little, I don't know how to explain it, but.
No, you're absolutely right.
It's all been said, it's already been done. Don't think you're special, basically, because someone's already thought of it and someone's already done it. So just do it the best you can do.
Absolutely. And
You know.
you see the people that don't know, that maybe think it's new, you're like, oh, that's so sweet. I thought you created that. Amazing.
You guys thought you came up with that word.
Yeah, it's
Okay, perfect. Whoa, sorry, let me throw it at you. Jeez.
I feel like that's something I also love about coming to you, is that you've always been a big advocator about being your true authentic self.
Yeah.
No matter what, I feel like you're the first stylist that I found, and that's why I've stayed with you for 3 years.
I'm your biggest cheerleader, and you don't need to pretend to. Look at you, you're gorgeous, both of you. Y'all don't need to be nobody else but yourselves.
And I love that.
There's only one Anna and one Marina. I mean, y'all might look alike, but y'all are very, when she was asked, I was like, y'all are very individual and different and like unique in y'all's own way, you know, like.
Yeah. But the fact that you see that and the fact that you like acknowledge that and make me feel that way in the chair, like you're more than a stylist to me. I feel like for the past 3 years, it's like you're a stylist, but you're also a friend. You're also like someone I bet to. Like
Yeah, thank you.
I feel like that's one thing that if anyone's starting or wants to cut hair, it's the fact that you're personal. You're not another style.
Yeah.
You're not just cutting my hair.
You are their friend, their confidant, their therapist that, you know, sometimes they have a bad day and like they're coming to you and, you know, you can't have a bad day with them. You got to turn their day around. Like, that's your job.
So what are we doing here, Elle? What's our approach to the haircut?
So she likes a little bit of that like curtain bang coming around the face. And so a lot of people cut it like in a triangle, like so. I actually do it a little different. I do a diagonal back. And I feel like that encompasses all of the hair around the face, which is typically where they kind of pull it from. So I'll usually do some little diagonal back sections in here around the face. Pin this all back and make sure that looks good. Hold on a minute, this one. I want this to come right here. I actually want this to come right here.
What is new in hair cutting? Where do you see spring, summer hair?
I feel like everyone right now is really going for the layers. And so eventually the layers have to either get cut off or grown out. So I think that we're gonna see some like shorter cuts come out in the summer. For those of us who are trying to get rid of any of those things, like the long shaggy layers or anything like that, people are gonna start growing those out and probably having some shorter cuts, so to speak.
I personally hate the overly layered long haircuts I've been seeing. I mean, 5,000 layers.
Or choppy. Like, I don't like them choppy. I like them to just be like, you know, connected and soft and pretty.
Yeah, I like a very soft flow. So, I agree.
Hey, Elle, before I take off, is there anything?
No, you're great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Seriously. You did fantastic helping me get everything situated. And then, I don't think I put you on tonight, did I? I didn't put you on tonight because I don't need anybody tonight. Okay. Okay. Go have a good day at school.
All right, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Adri. Appreciate you. Hey, did you ask your teachers about that chemical process?
Driving home last night from school, and I forgot to ask.
Okay, ask that today. Don't forget. Set a reminder on your phone.
Yes. I will ask her.
Bye, girlfriend. Yeah, that looks good. That's pretty. And then let's just see. Yo, here I go, here I go, here I go again. Okay. I'm just basically connecting anywhere that I see as a corner. We don't like to cut corners in life, but we do like to cut corners in hair.
At times, yes, absolutely.
All right, and then I think I can actually go like all the way to the back of your hairline here now. And grab that.
What is your normal hair routine for the day?
Where did you go to beauty school?
I went to several beauty schools because I moved around so much. So I started out doing like half-day high school, half-day cosmetology when I lived in Sarasota, Florida. And then my mom decided to move to Georgia. And so I ended up finishing up like the half-day high school, half-day cosmetology program. But, you know, I skated around in some different things as I was in my 20s. And so I ended up going back to school in North Carolina. And I went to the Aveda Institute in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I actually won like a contest there, and they gave me a full tuition scholarship to go like a full ride to Aveda. It was like we had to present a model of some sorts, and so I kind of took that as my sign from God or the universe, so to speak, that
as a client, we know how much you love Elle, but in your past experiences getting your hair done, at what point do you lose confidence in a stylist working on your hair?
Oh my gosh. So I've lost confidence in a stylist before many times. And honestly, finding Elle was probably one of the best moments of my life. And knowing that she was going to be my forever stylist the first time I saw her was the best feeling. But in the past.
Yeah, in the past, when someone's done your hair, and you know how we're sitting there, right? We have to establish trust. And then we start to think, oh no, like we know our hair better than anyone.
Yeah.
So with your hair, when do you know? Like what are the red flags? When someone's doing your hair and you're like, uh-oh.
Honestly, I want to say somebody who like has like that lack of communication. Something that Elle does most of the time while she's cutting my hair, she lets me know what she does. She lets me know, gives me insight on the process. That makes me feel comfortable sitting in a chair. Even if I can't quite see where the vision is, she explains it to me.
which
She
starts
shows
in
me
the
her vision.
consultation in the very beginning
Oh,
of
for
the service.
sure.
You can kind of, you know, I think you can really sense on a person whether or not they're confident in what they're doing or not right away, and that'll make you lose trust in them too.
Oh, this looks gorgeous.
I
so
love
gorgeous.
it.
Looks like
Elle.
Elle does not disappoint you guys.
Never. I've never been disappointed by Elle since the moment I met her.
Looks good in a ponytail.
Yes.
Looks good up. Yeah, I think so. Gorgeous.
Yes. And she did that in like 2 seconds flat, you guys. Look at
Oh
that.
my gosh. Yes.
Well, yeah, nobody wants to stay here all day. We have boys to see and
Yeah,
gyms to go to and things to do, right?
Perfect. And what was your finisher spray, Elle?
The volumizing shine hairspray from Oligo Professional, of
Of
course.
course.
I would get ready.
Well, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for being on the show. We're going to let you go so you can get on with your day.
Okay.
And any closing thoughts for our newbies coming into the industry before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on a minute. Hold on.
You're like, she's crazy, you guys. She's booked. She's busy. This was an on-location situation.
I think the best advice I can give to new people starting to join this industry is just show up and show out. You got to be there to learn, and you got to be there for your client. So that's the best advice I can give you. And with that, I won't have a mic to drop, but I can drop this. You know?